U.S. President Donald Trump has asked his U.S. trade representative to consider slapping tariffs on an additional $100 billion of Chinese goods, a move that could ratchet up trade tensions and plunge global economic growth into uncertainty. In response, the Chinese Ministry of Commerce said on Friday that China will fight at any cost and take comprehensive countermeasures if the United States continues its unilateral protectionist practices. China has made its position very clear, saying it does not want a trade war, but is not afraid of such a war. The latest U.S. announcement comes after Washington called for tariffs on $50 billion worth of Chinese imports on Tuesday. Beijing responded to that move with its own tariffs on U.S. goods, in line with a consistent pledge to match U.S. action 1-to-1. The speed at which this is all happening has consumers, businesses, and the media scrambling to make sense of it all. People are worried that things could spiral out of control and fear that the tariffs will jeopardize the international market and threaten global trade rules. China's ambassador to the United States, Cui Tiankai, urged Washington on Wednesday to abandon its, quote, unilateral and protectionist practices and terminate the Section 301 investigation as soon as possible. Around the same time, the Chinese ambassador to the WTO, Zhang Xincheng, called the unilateral measures an intentional and gross violation of the WTO and a willful distortion of facts. U.S. business groups have warned the Trump administration not to ratchet up tariffs any further, saying it could raise costs for American consumers and companies, as well as negatively affect world financial markets. A senior advisor at the leading U.S. consulting firm Albright Stonebridge Group, Henry Levine, said, quote, "I think the U.S. administration is definitely moving away from the WTO and moving in the direction of unilateral trade measures." Levine added, "I think we're all going to be, quote, worse off if the WTO were to fall apart because one major country or another totally ignores WTO rules."